it's live on the Facebook feed. Okay, guys, it's Aslam Du Toit. Welcome to this Facebook Live, or if you're watching this on YouTube, this is going on to YouTube after this as well. So you'll be able to catch a recording there, if you prefer watching stuff on YouTube. What are you guys doing this Sunday? If you're watching this live, maybe just drop your name in the chat. Let me know if you're watching it live. If you're catching it on a replay, just drop hashtag replay. And as usual, just feel free to share the information if you believe it will help someone. Awesome stuff. So really, really excited. I just released a free 5-day video series, a free training, just teaching some of what I've learned over the last couple of years. And, guys, I know there's like a lot of trainings out there. Maybe you've gone through some of the trainings. Maybe you've gone through this training. I actually released it about a week ago. It was on my Facebook stories. And if you've been going through the training, like I'm saying, just don't take it lightly, because here's the thing, right? Currently, I've been building a business online now since April last year. We're sitting in August now. So what's that? I think about 16 months. And just to give you a comparison with how this has been going, it's been going extremely well. I've personally referred about, I think it's about 80 people. I've been building across accounts, across my own accounts and family accounts. So I need to tally up how many, referrals I actually have, but I think it's around 80 now, if not more. And the team has grown to just shy of 2,000 now. And, when I look at that, that's 16 months, right? When I look at my previous companies that I've been in this industry, this network marketing industry now since 2014, right? So that's what, 7 years now. This September actually will be officially 7 years, that I've been doing this. And in that first company I got involved in 2014, I did relatively well, okay? But in all the years that I was there, about 4 to 5 years, I think I referred, it could have been about 40 or 50 people, and the biggest the team ever grew was probably about 200, somewhere around there, 250 maybe. And that was over 4 to 5 years, 4 years. I was in that company for just under 5 years, 4 years. And the largest team I grew there was about 200. And yeah, it's 10 times that amount. It's like 2,000 people now. And look at the time frame. What do I attribute the difference to? I promise you, the training that I've created, okay, I associate the results to what I teach in that training, because I've been applying that. You see, you have to understand that learning is something that takes place over a period of time. Think about when you were learning how to ride your first bicycle, okay? You got a bicycle. I think of my daughter, she's 7 years old, and she's at her grandmother's house right now, and she's riding a bicycle over there. And now she doesn't have any training wheels on, but I got her the bicycle last year on her birthday, and she had training wheels, just kind of getting a hang of how this bicycle works, and just being very careful, not being too reckless. She didn't want to fall. And, eventually the training wheels came off, and she was struggling to, learn how to ride this thing. And then she learned how to control it a little bit. And when we were watching her earlier on, now it's like, it's like she's trying to spin the wheels, and, she's becoming a bit more brave, in terms of riding that bike. Wasn't it like that for all of us, right? So you've got to understand that learning takes a while, and some things take a bit longer to learn than others. The difference is, why does someone learn how to ride? Think about it. If you were learning how to ride your bicycle and you started falling, that first time you tried, and you're like, man, I'm not going to try this for another 2 years. How long do you think it's going to take you to actually learn how to ride that bike? It's going to take you a while, right? Because why? You're not being consistent with your attempts at failure, right? Now, unfortunately, when people come into this industry, okay, they see the hype that you can make X amount of money. And guys, I mean, if you don't know this industry, just go to businessforhome.org. And you will see that network marketers earn more money than brain surgeons. Okay, they earn more money than people that are like at the highest level in some corporate fields. Okay, to give you an idea, I challenged one of my team members the other day, and I had a training for them, and I asked them, what do you think, the highest paid professions are? And if you do a quick Google search, I think they said like a brain surgeon makes $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year. Okay, now that's a lot of money, right? But when you go onto this website, like people that are at the top of their profession in the network marketing space, I mean, these people, the guy that's at the top level, or that's the highest earner worldwide, you're talking $1.8 million, $1.8 million, not per year, per month. Okay, let that sink in. You see, so when people see that's the amount of money that can be made, okay, they think it's going to be easy because they're only spending $100, $200, $300. So it's like I'm only no, they don't think it's like, because it was easy to join, it should be easy to make money. And here's the truth, it's extremely difficult to make money in this industry, especially if you haven't developed the skills. I put up a post yesterday where I said, if you're an obnoxious marketer, you need to stop that. The problem is not the market, it's how you are marketing. So the problem is you, the problem is not the market, okay? But people want these very quick results, and they don't want to put in the time, they don't want to put in the effort, and more importantly, they don't want to put in the consistent attempts at failure to learn how to do this business, right? I did relatively well in my first year, but from there I was like failing and trying this and learning and paying for courses and going for courses and trainings and live trainings, going overseas for trainings. And it's like things just were not making sense, and I'm still learning. Like, there are things I'm learning now. Yesterday I was watching a couple of videos on YouTube, and what this guy was talking about was like just blew my mind. But it's stuff that I'd learned somewhere else, but seeing that someone else was doing it, I was like, man, I thought I've like sort of arrived in terms of attracting people to me and not having to run after these people, for signups. But I mean, this guy just took it to another level. Okay. So with the people that I've referred, 80 odd, the majority of those people, I didn't go and pitch them. In fact, most of them are not even friends or family that I knew before. Most of them are people that I met on social media. Okay, so the training that I'm talking about, in fact, you'll see the link in the very first comment of this video, okay, started with that very information. I went through something very similar. I watched similar videos when I got started with this journey, this new learning journey, okay, and the results have now come seven years on, and I'm obviously hoping that it will continue. There's obviously no guarantees in any type of business, so I want you to just to think about that and be patient with yourself and be consistent about what you're doing. Okay, so why do people not get results? Okay, let's think about this for a moment. If you look at the post I put up yesterday, the thing is, what I found was I was marketing to the wrong people. Okay, most people, when they come to me now and they're like, how do I build this business on my YouTube channel? I get a lot of people reaching out to me from my YouTube videos, and they're like, okay, so how do I grow this business now? I see you've got so many referrals. Like, how do I do this? And they're expecting me to give them this short answer. And if I give them a relatively short answer, it's almost as if they're thinking, I don't want to help them. But the thing is, how can I teach you what took me years to learn in a single sentence or a couple of sentences? It doesn't work that way. You need to go through your journey. Okay, I can't teach you this overnight, and it requires a shift in your mindset, right? It's very important to understand that, right? But people are just, and I compare this to dating. I want you to think about this for a moment. When people go onto social media, they just join this company, Herbalwise or Amflex, or, I'm just switching company names, right? They join this new opportunity, and then they go onto social media and they just blast all this information, out to their people on social media, and they expect, well, people just need to see what I see. And the thing is, when people don't see it, then you see a lot of these posts where they actually become very condescending, and criticizing about these people. Oh man, you guys don't see the vision, and you still have a job, and so we then criticize these people that don't see the opportunity in network marketing. And here's my biggest shift. I stopped worrying about those people. There's nothing wrong with those people. There's nothing wrong. I always give the example, you cannot force a steak eater to become vegetarian if they love meat. You can't. Why spend your time? You need to find people that have the same world view. I read that in a book. You need to find people who have the same world view as what you have, and your conversation will become a lot easier. I like to liken this to dating, right? So I want you to think about this. If you're a guy or you're a girl and you've asked someone out, okay, I know guys are obviously hoping females would do that, okay? But if you were asking someone out on a date and they rejected you, okay, there's two approaches you can take. Let's speak about the first approach. Let's say your first approach was the obnoxious approach of going onto social media, going to people who knew this person that rejected you, and then bad-mouthing that person. Okay, he's like this, and she doesn't know what she's missed out on. I could have rocked his world, or whatever the case is, right? So, you go out and you post this on social media about how bad this person is, right? Bad-mouthing this person. Do you think that act, assuming this person has you on social media and they see your post and they know, in this example, that you are referring to them, you're speaking about them, right? Do you think that will make you more or less attractive to that person? I want you to drop that in the chat, okay? I can't see the chats when I'm on Zoom. So I'm just gonna open my Facebook here as well, just to see also who's online. Okay, wonderful. Okay, there we go. Someone says I'm watching a movie with my girlfriend, right? Okay, so I want you to think about that for a moment. Would that make you more or less attractive to that person? The answer is obviously less, right? So it'll be obnoxious of you to go on social media or go and badmouth this person. It's not going to do anything good for you, right? Because your thing is, you're pointing the finger, you're blaming the other person for not seeing the vision of you, right? Let's take a different approach to this. What's the other approach you could use? Okay, let's say you ask the person out, they say no. You're like, okay, disappointed, but it's cool. I'll move on, I'll survive, okay? But let's say you start looking in the mirror and you're like, you know what? I think I'm a bit overweight. I need to start eating a bit better. I need to start getting into the gym, right? So you make that decision. And then you look at your clothing and you're like, I think I need to get a makeover, like the way I dress. Okay, maybe someone told you like, listen, that style you've been wearing, it's like out of fashion for the last couple of years. I think you need to change it, right? So let's just say you change your dressing and you get a makeover and you do your hair up, and you like several months or several years later, you're a whole different person, right? And you've already forgotten about that other person. And maybe you have a partner now, or a girlfriend or something, or the boyfriend that actually looks better than the person you were trying to get in the first place, right? And let's say that person sees you in public. What do you think? Do you think they're gonna, because you see now there's social proof, someone else, possibly better looking than what they are or were, okay, has accepted you? Do you think you're gonna be looking more attractive or less attractive now? Okay, is there gonna be a difference? Probably there is, right? Okay, I think I love watching 2.5 Men. I have it, I have them on my hard drive, and there's one episode where, if you know the series, Charlie Sheen and his brother, living in the house with the little boy, and there's this one episode where Charlie's brother is like going through his yearbook, and he comes and Charlie asks him, why are you looking at that book? And he's like, oh, this girl we used to know from school, she's coming over to visit. I haven't seen her since school. And Charlie looks and is like, oh yeah, I remember this. Like, and obviously with the way they're speaking, she clearly wasn't like a very attractive person, right? So then they move on, and someone rings the doorbell. They go to the front door and they open the door, and Charlie's reaction like changes, because they like both, wow, this woman, like she's had this complete makeover. She looks completely different. And this episode progresses to the point where the two of them are now fighting over this female. They're fighting over this lady, right? And eventually she says, listen, stop, okay? And she's like, you guys are ruining everything. And her whole goal with the transformation that she went through was so that these guys could now find her attractive and now she could reject them. I'm not saying you need to go and do that, but it's a perfect example of what I'm trying to, of the point I'm trying to get across here. Did the person try and change the other person, or did they look in the mirror and change themselves? You see, the answer to your problem lies in what you see in the mirror. And I'm not talking from a figurative or literal standpoint. I'm talking figuratively as well, right? It could be, if you're not achieving things that you want, it's not because the world, it's not because you don't have resources, it's because you're not resourceful enough, right? I've heard that being said many times. So what can you do to improve, right? Because whenever you have that problem, the problem is always us, it's always you, and you need to find a way of improving yourself. And unfortunately, people will spend money on an education in a university. I was one of them, okay? So I'm not bad mouthing or criticizing anyone that's gone to university. I also went and did the degrees, but we would spend money on those qualifications that actually don't really give us any proper income producing life skills. That's a matter of fact, right? It's a fact, right? People come out with degrees, they're unemployed, but what skill do they actually have that can generate an income? More often than not, it's zero. They don't have any income producing, money making skills, right? So, but the thing is, they wouldn't spend money on a skill that could actually improve their income. It's weird, right? Right? So you got to be prepared to go through that journey. You got to be prepared to expose yourself to a different way of thinking. You see, that first company I was in, right? It was like everything you need. I actually remember a trainer standing on stage telling us everything you need is right here. We're teaching you everything that you need to know. And I was one of the people that drank the Kool-Aid, and I was like, okay, if they say so, then I'm going to believe it. And believe me, I took some of what they taught me and I applied in my team right now, and it's yielding results. Okay. But there are other things that they taught me, and I'm like, man, okay, like that doesn't work. Because here's the thing, after you've spoken to your friends and your family and people that are close to you, who do you speak to next? Where do you find these people? Okay, how do you find them? Once you find them, like what do you do? Like, do you now just go and pitch them? Okay, no, there's a way to do it. There's a skill to doing this, right? I'm attending a training right now. In fact, I attended the first session last night. I paid for the training. It was about $80 or something like that. And attended the training last night, and the second session is this evening. And I'm learning from people that have been doing this for years. Okay, a different skill set, but it's something that I feel that I need. Okay, so in the last year, if you haven't been getting the results that you want, how much have you spent on your education? How much have you spent? How much have you invested? Or have you been just hoping things will turn out and people will eventually see the vision? You see, if you're trying to convince the same people, okay, that, listen, you dumb, I'm clever because I chose this thing, that's the wrong approach. There's nothing wrong with that person's worldview. Okay, just because they don't like what you like doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them. Okay, it just means you need to go out and find the people that actually like what you like. Okay, if you want to lose weight, okay, are you gonna go and chill with people that don't want to lose weight? That's not going to make any sense, right? So you need to go and find people that have the same worldview as you. But how do you do that? Click the link in the first comment of this video. It's a free training. It's a 5-day training. Now there is something that, there is an upsell there. I'm going to tell you guys that there is something that you can buy like for a whole $7. But the thing is, like I said, like, how much are you prepared to invest for your education? I can tell you now, if I look since 2017, man, no, let's put it since 2014. I think if I had to add up the amount of money that I've spent on trainings, courses, and that I'm still spending, it's easily over $10,000. Easy. Okay. But guess what? Okay. This first 15 months within this new platform, has more than made up for that in more ways than you can imagine. I'm not going to mention numbers, okay, because I'm not making income claims. But let's just say that it's a full-time income, more than I used to make in a banking job that I had to work up towards for 18 and a half years. How is that possible? How do you do that in 16 months? It's because you got to be willing to learn certain skills. It's going to take time. And you can take a free step right now to going through that training. And because it's free, you see, we don't appreciate what's free, right? Because it's free, don't underestimate the content and the information that's in there, because I promise you, it's actually what most top earners are doing and using. Okay? I didn't know that. I couldn't see it. It was happening right in front of me, but I didn't recognize what was happening. Like I promise you, everything, all the answers you're looking for, it's like in front of you, right? But when you don't expose yourself to new information, you remain mentally blind. You can visually, you can see, of course, if you're not a physically blind person, but you are mentally and you are visually blind, you know, in your mind to the opportunities that are staring you in the face. Everything, the way it's being done, the way these people are making money, it's in front of you. Okay. And when I look back, I'm like, oh, that's why this guy used to do this. And that's why he used to say this. Now it's like it makes sense to me. Right. So I'm saying, get the training. The link's in the first comment of this chat. Give it to your teams if you've got a team. Let them go through the training. And I promise you, some of you will probably look at the training and you're like, this doesn't make any sense. You know why? Because it's like you're doing what I used to do. You're looking for that very quick. It's like, no, just give me the scripts. Give me the scripts that I need to say to people so that they join. I'm sorry, there aren't no scripts. And anyone that's trying to sell you scripts online, this is what you need to say to people to get them to join. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I've tried it. I used to memorize scripts. I'll never forget. I had a script for if someone asked me whether this is a pyramid scheme, I had my reply, because I went and I checked what the top earners were saying, you know, on certain trainings. And I was like, I'm going to say this. So it's like I was this robot, like everything was programmed into my mind. Okay. When they say I need to speak to my wife, I had an answer for them. Okay. When they said I need to think about it, I had an answer for them. Okay. When they asked me some other question, I had all these canned responses for everything. Guys, I don't convince people anymore. To me, it's like, if I show you this and you don't like it, it's not a problem. My team's still growing and I'm still making money. And if you don't see it now, maybe you'll see it a bit later. That's sort of my attitude. I can't explain to you guys what sort of freedom that gives you, okay, and how it like sets you free not to hate the business anymore. Because I used to be like, everywhere I used to go, the moment I was around people, it's like, how do I pitch them? I used to go to the gym because I'm in the gym every day. How do I pitch these people in the gym? I'll never forget, there was a guy, I used to train in this gym, and I built a bit of a relationship with this one guy. And eventually I was like, I'm going to pitch this guy, right? So I invite him to the McDonald's one day, and he shows up and I show him the information, but I'm there with, I think I was there with someone else. I can't really remember. Or I was alone. I can't even remember. But we do the presentation and I show this guy the information, and he says, oh, no, I like it. It's like, I want to sign up. You know, can I just go and get my card? Because he didn't have his card with him, right? Because I bought the coffee and whatever. And I'm like, no, okay, cool. So I'm like, where's the card? He's like, no, it's at home. I'm like, okay. So he's like, no, but it's like right here. I live right down the road, so I'll be back soon. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, should I wait here for you? He's like, yeah, no, just wait here. I'm coming now. And this guy goes, and it's 10 minutes go by. And this guy doesn't come back. You know, 20 minutes and this guy doesn't come back. And the guy literally ran away. Like when he used to see me, it's like he was avoiding me. Okay, you don't want that, right? So, I mean, I've been through all those things, right? So, you know, right now when I meet people, I'm like, you know, guys, people that have met me like in person, that have signed up in what I'm in right now, they've come to me personally because they saw something or heard something from someone. Oh, this guy does this, and I think you should speak to him. And, you know, that's how people have been signing up without me actually going and pitching them. There are some people that have approached me to sign up, okay, in other countries, and I'm talking about more online, not people I've met in person. But some of what we do is a bit technical, so then I need to explain to them how it works. And these people are like confused, and I can already see like, man, if I'm going to bring this person into the team, I'm going to have to like baby them. You know, I'm going to have to be like a life coach for them, and I'm going to have to motivate them every day because they constantly talking down on themselves. I've like actually avoided those people. Like if I see that sort of struggle, I'm like, I don't want that stress, because, you know, those are the types of people that, you know, they're going to take a lot of my time. So I've actually turned down signing up certain people. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, whereas someone out there is sitting, probably watching this video right now, is like, man, if I could just sign up one person, I don't care who that person is, I don't care where they come from, I just need a sign up. I just want to make money, I need my first sign up. I felt like that before. Okay, but you can move from where you are, you can get a different result. Guys, are you getting value from this? If you are, you know, just drop value, you know. And if you have questions, feel free to drop the questions in the chat. Sometimes people drop DMs, and it's very difficult for me, especially with a topic like this. That's why I've now started creating content like the video series, the 5-day video series. So you'll receive emails from me that'll give you, the moment you sign up, you're going to get emails from me. Like, just be aware of that. And every day there's going to be an email for the next 5 days where you're going to get a new video to watch and things that you can basically implement, right? So when you get those videos, you know, that's just my way of giving the information with, because it's difficult to like help everyone personally on a personal level, because there's like limited time, and time is the most valuable resource. So I created this video series to basically help people that have been saying, well, look, I want to know this, I want to know that. And I'm like, okay, this is what I know. You know, I want to put more information out like that. So I hope you guys find it helpful, and I hope someone in your team finds it helpful, and maybe you start getting results. And here's the thing, I'm talking network marketing, but this can actually work for any type of business. It works the same. I've had someone reach out to me, you know, in a completely different industry, and it's like, how do I, you know, get people to come to it's a property real estate sort of business. And it's like, how do I get more people to come my way? And I said, well, the last thing you want to be doing is just sending them to a website and saying, well, come and buy my service, because people don't do that. You like the person now that's going on social media and saying, I'm in otherwise, come and buy my supplement. I'm in this year, come and buy my supplement. I do this year. People don't buy when you tell them just go and buy. You're pitching them, right? So how do you find the people that actually will use the service or the product that you offer? That's the secret. That's the biggest secret in marketing that I've learned since 2017. It was like a mind shift for me. So guys, that's it. I hope you guys got value from this. Feel free to drop those questions. Feel free to share. And if you have not already, make sure you hit the follow or subscribe button wherever you're watching this from. Guys, Aslam Du Toit signing off, and see you guys soon.